Hey guys, welcome back to New World Carpentry Solutions, and in this video I get to tackle something that I've actually dreamt to do, which was an RV. I've been waiting to do one of these for quite a while in my career. I really wanted to be able to delve into doing cabinets and everything else, but in this video we're going to be tackling doing all the floors throughout, transforming this RV from, the older looking, the carpet and stuff. It's all dated. We actually have like a laminate melamine type of kind of floor. It's like an interlocking 1/4-inch piece, but I found out while going through this process a lot about the flooring. But we're going to actually just do a general panorama, kind of showing you guys a panoramic view, kind of showing you everything inside the RV, what it looks like now, and then we're going to delve into the actual gutting and kind of everything else that I find while going through this process. Please follow along with me as I go through the sleuthing process to kind of figure out what exactly is the original floor in the RV, kind of work my way down to an original subfloor, so I can kind of going back with my floor. And this is my first kind of tell that there is definitely something underneath all this. There's a 1/2-inch sheet of plywood, or actually I believe it's 3/4, that runs the full like subfloor of the RV. But then all this Formica melamine interlocking stuff that's on top, it's only a 1/4-inch thick, and that's actually stapled to another piece of 1/4-inch plywood that they then glued down. Spoiler alert, that I found that out later. Watch along. Hey guys, welcome back to NWCS. And in this video, as you guys already saw in the panorama in the beginning, we have an RV that we're currently gutting. We're gonna be pulling up all the flooring from the carpet to this laminate. This laminate product is actually an interesting one. It's not a standard pill and stick. It actually has a tongue and a groove, and these actually snap and lock together like a typical LVP or laminate floor. We already pulled up most of that, and we pulled up most of the carpet. We didn't really have a chance to record that process because, again, this being the RV, we have clients that currently actually live in the RV. They're staying inside of another friend's house, so we want to get this done as quickly as possible. But I do want to bring you guys along for the rest of the process. We're going to pull up the rest of this floor going all the way back. Crucial things that I am going to show you guys in this video is going to be how to actually pull up and install LVP flooring underneath a slide for an RV. Sometimes, whenever you have one like this, sometimes they have a rack and pinion slides that actually come out completely vertical or parallel to the actual RV. Then you have some like these that actually have like a little ramp extension. So I think they call that flush slides. These are flush slides because the slide out actually drops down and ends up perfectly flush with the rest of the floor. So I'm gonna show you guys how we actually tackle that as we get to it. I'm gonna pan around to that side. So right here is where the slide actually comes in, and it actually comes up on a ramp. This carpet here is actually thicker than our LVP flooring. And I've seen a bunch of videos and different people give me tips on how to actually tackle this. And the best method that I saw, you can actually, sometimes they have like a track or like an aluminum piece that's actually bent up and over and comes all the way back parallel with the floor that your carpet is then tucked under. But in this case, after taking a look underneath the RV, the aluminum track that the carpet is tucked into does not go all the way, it doesn't come all the way up and over. So we're actually going to lift a little bit with some bottle jacks and some wedges, and then cut back the carpet and then run our LVP directly to it, and this will come up and over. And if we end up tackling the LVP on the slide out itself, we'll actually add a transition that way. When it comes up and over, everything looks seamless. So we're going to get back to the demo. I'm going to show you guys more details once we get actually to the install portion. And yeah. All right, now we're about to continue on and remove the rest of this laminate here. Using a large crowbar definitely makes it a lot easier. I highly recommend. Work it in sections. Sorry, I had to take a little bit of a pause. The RV owners that came by. We're going to continue pulling up the rest of this floor. It goes up underneath this cabinet. they have enough clearance, but they also added a little kick plate or a little piece of trim right here. I'm gonna see if I can pry it up without taking that off. If I have to, the screws are right there on the face, so we'll back those out if we have to. And this is a snap and lock floor, but it looks like they actually glued it down as well. And this, I'd imagine, is the original from the factory because it still had the original carpet in it. I'd imagine this was probably like luxury when this first came out. Like how they put the sheet vinyl in some of the older RVs. So instead of having sheet vinyl, this had like a, I guess, you know, it feels more like wood because it's sitting directly on top of a snap and lock floor. Come on. There we go. Nice and easy, just how we planned it. A long crowbar like this makes this a lot easier. I'm just kind of working my way from left to right, getting back further and further and popping up all the glue. Then I should be able to theoretically pull this out in one big piece. In theory. Theories aren't always true.
That's throwback. That's throwback. Right?
Oh man. Just found the Game Boy Advance game, Lilo and Stitch, for the Game Boy Advance. Wow. I'm gonna change the camera angle because it looks like it's slightly in my cousin's way. But yeah, we're gonna continue on with getting the rest of this stuff up from up underneath the cabinets. Time to get paid, blow up like the World Trade. All right, so this flooring here actually runs underneath the bathroom. And so to take care of that, because we're gonna be adding trim going all the way around all this, we're gonna take the oscillator and not undercut it, but cut it all the way around so I can get clearance to get this out. So a quick tip, one thing I like to do whenever I'm doing a cut like this, you can take your oscillator and plunge all the way through your material, but then your oscillator blade itself, it's kind of encapsulated between the material on both sides. So I'm kind of running it like a table saw and taking scoring passes, and that also gives my blade a kerf to kind of ride in. That way my cut goes straight as I go all the way through, because I'm just kind of working a straight line and I'm riding up against the wall. I also have the oscillator slightly beveled backwards, so the cut that I get will make sure that any flooring that is left is back behind the wall and my flooring can go up nice and tight against it. Well, not tight, we're gonna have a 1/4 inch gap everywhere, but I wanna make sure I have as much room to kind of work and do what I have to do. Oscillator is definitely the most annoying tool in the world. That sound, it doesn't, right there in your ears. I probably should have my headphones on right about now. But safety is important. So I'm gonna put them on. All right, we're right here going inside of the bathroom, and we did run into one snafu, and that is trying to get access to the bolt Can't even get the camera in there. Yeah, this knee wall is preventing me from getting that bolt. I tried several different ratchet setups, and you could take the handle off, but a right angle attachment on the drill won't even fit in between here to get that. I tried a couple of different ratchet things. I bent around, tried coming in from the top. So they decided to actually leave the flooring in the bathroom. Let me put that back on. So we're gonna leave the flooring in the bathroom and then make a cut across here and then do a transition. Hey, so funny story at this point. For the rest of the audio that I've already recorded, funny story, none of it was recorded. The mic was actually off from this point forward. So I'm actually just gonna speed up the rest of the footage and do a general voiceover, pretty much explaining what we're doing. After dealing with the toilet and realizing that we can't get to it and get that other bolt off, I'm imagining that knee wall was built afterwards. I tried like the multi-angle, like, you know, the adjustable attachments for wrenches that can like bend and turn corners. I tried coming from behind the tank. I tried coming down from around. I put ratchet head attachments on not ratchet, but wrench head attachments on top of a ratchet, trying to get to it. Pretty much, yeah, there's no way to get to it without taking up that knee wall. And even the handle that you can take off, there's a screw in there, but no right angle attachments for a drill could even fit in between the knee wall and where you actually get to the screw at. So there was no way to really tackle that. So we decided to leave the floor up. So we end up cutting a straight line pretty much right there at the door. I'll recut that once I start running flooring, depending on how wide the last piece is right there, and then we'll plop in the transition and I'll take care of that. So now I'm going back to peeling up the rest of the flooring inside of the RV, and this is where I come to realize that 1/4-inch laminate that was sitting on top of the 1/4-inch plywood, they did a really weird sandwich. I actually never seen anything like this, but they actually had the 1/4-inch laminate that was tongue and groove. The individual tongue and groove pieces were then, I guess, they pretty much they took a 1/4-inch piece of plywood and templated it everywhere that they wanted to lay it inside of the RV. Then I guess they took that template into a shop and then laid a bunch of 1/4-inch laminate on top of it, stapled it from the backside, and I guess they flush cut it, you know, to make sure that, you know, it had the radiuses and all the curves and stuff that they needed for the laminate. And then they actually glued that whole entire sandwich to the floor. Then I imagine they built the slide outs and the bathroom walls and stuff all on top of it. So this is why I'm actually running into such an issue, because that 1/4-inch laminate came out pretty easy because it was only stapled, but the 1/4-inch plywood that was underneath, all that was glued. So we also end up leaving some of this laminate underneath the shower area because it was sitting directly on top of it. So instead of like trying to, I really recommend it, you know, that if they wanted to, they could have got into, you know, redoing the shower and everything else, but that would have been more involved, because I'll be redoing the bathroom and everything else if they wanted to run the vinyl all the way through, but then they'll give them a new shower and a new bathroom. But that wasn't really quite what we were aiming for. They were on more of a time crunch. So we end up just running the LVP flooring pretty much around the laminate that goes underneath the shower and the bathroom area. But for the 1/4-inch plywood, after doing all the scraping that I could, I'm deciding to actually get a floor scraper tomorrow. Yeah, I was thinking like one of the walk behind units that you can rent from Home Depot. I figure with the blade on that, it'll be able to get in between the 1/4-inch plywood and the actual 1/2-inch subfloor that is all throughout the RV. Spoiler alert, that doesn't work. It actually was not able to pull up anything. It was very depressing. So we ended up having to get a actual hand floor sander and sanding through 1/4-inch plywood, and that is something you guys will watch me do in the next video. But if you guys have enjoyed watching me struggle so far, let me know down in the comments, leave me a like and subscribe, and also go follow my other social medias. Check out my TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. It's all under New World Carpentry, or maybe New World Carpentry Solutions, I believe, over on Instagram. Check all those out. Follow me on those pages and help me get monetized so I can actually make more and better content for you guys. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.